Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Darius from DariusCooks.tv, and today is day 1 of 31 of our 31 days of vegan, but with soul. Today it's all about basil pesto pasta, which really is one of my favorite things to eat of all time. It's so insanely delicious. I'm going to show you how to do it. All right. So I've got a bowl here. And it's gonna start by grilling some corn. So what I do is I take fresh ears of corn and I'm just gonna douse it really well with some olive oil. This is for a couple of reasons. One, we wanna get those really nice grill marks, and this is sort of that insurance policy to make sure we get those grill marks. And then two, so that the seasoning is gonna adhere. All right, we're talking about doing vegan food, and whenever you do vegan food, or it's not a lot of fat, you got to make sure you do really good quality ingredients, and you got to season every step of the way. So this sweet corn is just going to get some salt and then some pepper, and then behind me on our grill pan, it's nice and hot, ready to receive this grilled corn. All right, so there we go, just some salt and some pepper, and then I'm just gonna run my hands around it, get it in here really good, and then this is gonna go off onto the stove to grill up. So I've just got some tomatoes, and I'm just cutting the tomatoes in half while the corn is behind me grilling up. The tomatoes are gonna add a really nice sweetness. They're gonna release their juices and make that sauce popping. It's gonna make that sauce really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up the rest of the tomatoes. All right, that's it for the tomatoes. I've got a little bit of red onion as well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just dice up some of the red onion to go into our sauce. Simple stuff, red onion, tomato ready to go. I've got a little bit of garlic. I always buy garlic in bulk and then put it in the food processor and just give it a chop. And I do that and keep it on hand, so whenever I'm ready for fresh garlic, I've always got it ready to go. Let's check on our corn. I think it's time to give it a turn. Now that our corn is done, I think it's a good time to go ahead and start the sauce. So I'm just gonna put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil right into the bottom of a skillet that's already nice and hot. And then remember those onions we chopped up. So now it's a good time to get all those onions into that skillet as well. So the onions are gonna go in. And along with the onions, I'm gonna add in about 3/4 of the amount of tomato that we went ahead and halved. And I'm just gonna save the rest of the tomato so we can go ahead and garnish. Now, while the sauce is getting ready, it's time for us to start our pasta. So here's the key to the pasta. Remember, whatever is in the water is gonna get absorbed into the pasta. So if there's no flavor in the water, then there's not gonna be any flavor in the pasta. So to do that, I'm gonna take a vegetable bouillon and I'm gonna put that right into the water, just like that. Also, to help give us lots of really good flavor, I've got some Chardonnay, white wine. I'm gonna also put into our pasta water as well. All right, I think it's a good time to add a little bit of salt and pepper to our pasta sauce. So there's a little bit of pepper that's gonna go in. And then also I'm gonna go ahead and add in some salt as well. And at this point, I'm also gonna go ahead and add in a couple of teaspoons of garlic as well, right into our sauce, so that it becomes nice and fragrant. And if your pan is a little dry, all you wanna do is add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of your pan. Remember, you're making a sauce, so this will be fine right in the bottom. Smells so good in here. Why don't we go ahead and put the rest of our seasonings in? I think this is a good time to do that so we can sort of bloom the seasonings as well. So to help fortify that garlic flavor, I've got a little bit of granulated garlic powder that I'm gonna throw right in here to the sauce, okay? And then to that granulated garlic powder, I've also got some herbs de Provence. So this is like a fancier dried Italian herb mix. It's got the savory, the rosemary, the thyme, all those really great flavors are gonna be in here, okay? And then the last thing, it might be difficult to find, but if you can find it, it's so good. If you can't, you can leave it out, it's fine. This is gonna be dried fennel, all right? It's gonna be nice and sweet and have that sort of nutty effect that's gonna make this sauce really, really, really good. All right, I'm just gonna give this a quick stir. And as you can see, our pasta water is ready to go. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and drop our fettuccine right into our boiling pasta water. All right, so at this point also, while the pasta is going, our sauce just needs to get a little bit more saucy, so this is gonna be easy. I've got some white wine, some more Chardonnay. I'm gonna add right in the bottom of that to make everything taste really, really good. Just to finish up our dish, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the pasta right into the sauce. My mouth is already watering. Also, I've got wonderful basil pesto that I'm gonna mix in right into here. The pesto was so easy. Let me show you how I did it. Making the pesto couldn't be any easier. You just take fresh basil and put it into a food processor. Then you're gonna add a few cloves of garlic, some salt, pepper, toasted pecans, and olive oil. Blend it until it's smooth, and then you're ready to go. Here's that wonderful basil pesto. I told you it was very simple to do. Right in there, and I'm just gonna stir and mix the pasta with the pesto. So this is it. The pasta is done. There's only one more thing left to do. So I've got some of these lovely tomatoes that we left raw, like, you know, not cooked, because I feel like that's gonna give us a really nice sort of contrast to the cooked tomatoes. And then don't forget we have this lovely, amazing grilled corn. So I'm just gonna come in here and just like cut off some of the kernels of the grilled corn that's like charred and sweet, and this is gonna give us a wonderful smoky flavor right on the top of the pasta. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put the corn right over, just like that, right into the pasta, that lovely charred corn. All right. Then one more thing, it is a basil pesto, so I've got a little bit of chopped fresh basil just to finish off the lovely pasta dish. I'm just gonna chiffonade or thin slices just like that, and then we can take some of the green and just put it right in. We'll give this a good stir, and then now we are good to go with our lovely basil pesto pasta. I'm gonna go in for a taste with just like this. Garlicky, sweet, savory. It's really good. Recipes like this, you know exactly where they're gonna be. On my site, DariusCooks.tv. There's two things I gotta tell you guys, as I always do. Food is my life, it's my food. Until next time, I wanna wish you happy cooking from my heart to yours. Bye, y'all. So good.